Hey, Pokemon Masters, Berkey Toby here. And what happens inside a Pokeball? It's a question that has plagued us since Pokemon first came out, and if you have been Googling or searching on YouTube for videos, then chances are you might think you already know. There are several conclusions the community has come to, including the Pokemon being converted into energy when it returns to the ball, or the Pokemon being turned into binary data, allowing it to be transferred through the Pokemon PC. One of my favourite solutions though was presented by my good friend Michael from M&J TV Pokevids, where he talked about there being a microenvironment inside the Pokeball. Microenvironments designed specifically for the Pokemon going in, and he talked in part 2 of his video about how certain Pokeballs are designed for certain Pokemon, like dive balls having environments in them that are better suited for water Pokemon, for example. I like this idea, however when Michael made his video, the Beast Ball did not exist. The Beast Ball being a Pokeball from Pokemon Sun and Moon, designed specifically to catch the Ultra Beasts. Ultra Beasts, while they share a lot of qualities with Pokemon, are not Pokemon, and these balls are designed specifically to catch them. So I want to explore how and why, and investigating this specific Pokeball is pretty interesting because this Pokeball has an incredibly high capture rate on Ultra Beasts while being pretty incompetent at catching non-Ultra Beast Pokemon. But to answer this question, we first need to answer what is an Ultra Beast, because Ultra Beasts aren't quite Pokemon. They share many similarities to Pokemon, but they do not exist in the Pokemon world. No, they come from Ultra Space, a sort of alternate or parallel dimension. There are Pokemon that share that quality, for example Unknowns, or Giratina, or Cosmog, Necrozma, all of Cosmog's evolutions, but these Pokemon are Pokemon. They are not Ultra Beasts, as I say, they just share similar qualities. The Ultra Beasts are incredibly powerful Pokemon, and currently there are only 7 known species. However, we haven't spent that much time in Ultra Space, so who knows? There may be more out there. Although the Pokemon I just mentioned, Cosmog, was a point of contention within Sun and Moon. Is it somehow related to the Ultra Beast? And this is because it's known for sneezing out wormholes whenever it's scared. Wormholes that open up a gateway to Ultra Space. And here's the way I look at it. This is a defense mechanism for Cosmog. Cosmog only knows the move Teleport and Splash, making it pretty useless. Teleport, again, a move used to escape battles, like low-level Labras. So the ability to open up wormholes and escape through them, that is a defense mechanism for what is an incredibly weak Pokemon. A Pokemon that has no offensive moves. Why would it need to evolve to have offensive moves when it could just open up a wormhole, escape through it, and close it behind it? Maybe even leading the attacker into Ultra Space where they would be attacked by Ultra Beasts. However, as a result of Cosmog opening up these wormholes, occasionally Ultra Beasts slip through. Ultra Beasts, by the way, don't want to be in the Pokemon world. They really just want to be in Ultra Space. This is shown throughout Sun and Moon's main story, but also in the post-game, where Looker is talking about Fallers, special people who have gone through wormholes, much like Cosmog has, who are surrounded in a certain kind of radiation. They emit something that attracts the Ultra Beasts. Kinda like void stuff from Doctor Who. Any person, Pokemon, or thing that has travelled through the void, the space between dimensions, or in Pokemon's case, Ultra Space, sort of has this background radiation around them. And this attracts the Ultra Beasts, because the Ultra Beasts in the Pokemon world, they don't want to be there. They want to go home, and to them, you, who might be surrounded by this radiation, you smell like home. And that is why Fallers are perfect bait for Ultra Beasts. So if you were someone hunting Ultra Beasts, which by the way, that is the Aether Foundation's main goal here, you would probably want to have a way to attract them, capture them, and contain them. And the Aether Foundation is fully prepared. Not only are they experimenting on Cosmog, the Pokemon that can open up the wormholes to bring them through to our world, but they also experimented and created the Beast Ball. In fact, the project for the Beast Balls was finalized by Faber, the character who is the Psychic Pokemon Master in Sun and Moon. And there's that type, Psychic, the same as Cosmog and Cosmium. In fact, it's very likely that given his status within the Aether Foundation, Faber was also experimenting on Cosmog. He's probably the only person qualified to be experimenting on this psychic legendary. And like I say, Cosmog, who has travelled through these wormholes and opens them up regularly, is very likely covered in the same stuff that Fallers are covered in, that attracts Ultra Beasts. And this gives me an idea. What if the Beast Balls, which do of course share an incredible amount of aesthetic design with Cosmog and Cosmium, what if they are surrounded in that same energy? that same background radiation. What if Beast Balls are so effective at catching Ultra Beasts because they trick the Ultra Beast into thinking that they're going home through a wormhole? The Ultra Beast would think it's going to an environment best suited for it, the same as a Dive Ball or a Nest Ball would for a water or bug Pokemon. And if you don't think that's possible, check this out. Like I said earlier, the Beast Balls are terrible at capturing regular Pokemon. It's possible, but the catch rate is so low. And that's possibly because, much like how Ultra Beasts hate being in our world, normal Pokemon hate being in Ultra Space. I mean, that is just speculation, but I mean, geez, look how angry Luzamine's Pokemon are. That is one unhappy Clefable. The reason that Pokeballs are effective in capturing Pokemon is because they have these micro-environments that are designed to attract and be best suited to the Pokemon they're trying to capture. But with Beast Balls, they actively have an environment that Pokemon hate, which means it's even harder to catch regular Pokemon with. However, when it comes to Ultra Beasts, they love that environment. The Beast Ball is tricking them into thinking that they are going through an Ultra wormhole. It's surrounded and filled with the same type of radiation that Cosmog and Foolers are surrounded in. And of course, producing those kinds of Pokeballs would cost loads, which explains why Beast Balls cost so much to create. Of course, with regular Pokemon and regular types of Pokeballs, when you capture the Pokemon, they are actually going into those micro-environments. But with the Beast Balls, they're not actually going through a wormhole. There probably isn't Ultra Space within the Pokeball. That would be weird. I mean, I suppose it's possible, but it seems unlikely. And that's pretty evil, tricking these Pokemon into thinking they're going home. Is it evil? That is something you'll have to decide. And is it any more evil than catching Pokemon with regular Pokeballs? That is what I leave up to you in the comments. So hi, Pokemon Masters. Also, a special thank you to my Patreons of the month, including Joey Powles and Jon D Gottlitch. Thank you.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeeper Toby. That makes you a Pokemon Master.